This is the Film Never Die Nana project, and you shouldn't buy this camera. I don't like to make negative reviews about things because I enjoy being positive. Like, I want to tell you the things that I'm excited about, but I do feel the need to warn you about this project. Now, this is a bad camera, but that's not the reason you shouldn't buy it. The problem is the way that the camera came to be. Film Never Die did reach and pass their goal, hitting somewhere around $53,000 in crowdfunded support money. But shortly after the Kickstarter was closed, a couple of people discovered that employees from Film Never Die donated to the Kickstarter, which is a big no-no. I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like it would be okay if it was just the employees of Film Never Die, but instead it was the founder, Gary Wong, who contributed to the Kickstarter. Red flag number one. Apparently there was already a point-and-shoot in existence called the MF301 that had a lot of resemblance to this thing. And guess what? We don't even need to speculate. You know why? Because the company released an article admitting that they used components from the MF301 as parts for the Nana camera. The MF301 retails for 30 bucks, and this Nana camera cost 275 USD. And that's red flag number two. Oh God, it's so bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love innovation. I actually like Film Never Die as a company. The unboxing experience, one of the best I've ever had, hands down. But just to add insult to injury, the camera came with a roll of 400 ISO speed film, which was not fast enough to shoot in this camera. The camera came with the battery, but because the motor sounded so weak, I switched out the battery right away. Surprise, it's just a bad motor. And last but not least, this camera is just bad. The negatives that came out of this camera were extremely thin. The film that came with the camera wasn't fast enough to shoot in this camera. I would say that this thing is less reliable than a $25 disposable camera that you could get at your local drugstore. But honestly, the fact that this camera is bad is completely secondary. Film Never Die, you could have sold this camera and told us all that you were selling it in order to fund future projects, and honestly, I would have spent $300 to support you. But the problem is all of the decisions that were made in order for this camera to come to fruition kind of feels like clickbait. The decisions you made feel a little bit predatory. I want Film Never Die to succeed, but not at the expense of its customers. I don't really believe in cancel culture. I think that Film Never Die could come back, but it's going to take a lot of convincing to get me back on the wagon. Do better. I can't post this. This is brutal.